there's been an outpouring of taco-themed AI on social media featuring our Crunchwrap Supreme Leader in all manner of chicken garb, rooster hair.
Taco, taco man. I want to be a taco man. Taco man.
Master five-piece family meal, all in celebration of our El Pollo Loco. How does it feel to be on the other end of the nickname game? Not great, does it?
Jimmy Kimmel just turned Trump's nightmare into comedy gold. Calling him Taco Man was the easy part. Wait until you see how this hilarious chant actually buries the former president. The way Kimmel flipped Wall Street's insult into a viral anthem will leave you laughing all night. Before we continue, if you appreciate this content, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It's free and it helps our channel grow. Thank you. Now back to the video. Wall Street has always been a place where nicknames and acronyms fly faster than stock prices, but no one saw Taco coming, especially not Trump. It all started with a few frustrated analysts discussing his economic moves, particularly his bold claims about tariffs. Behind the scenes, they came up with a shorthand nickname: TACO.
The only thing that would make it worse is if somebody changed the lyrics to a song by his beloved Village People to drive it home.
Got to be a taco. Taco, taco man. I want to be a taco man.
This could be the new YMCA. They could play it at rallies. You could do TACO. Right?
Trump always chickens out. It wasn't just a random jab. The phrase pointed to moments where Trump's promises about winning with trade wars or securing better deals often fizzled when faced with real-world consequences. The name stuck among insiders, but it didn't stay on Wall Street for long. Kimmel's first step was simple but brilliant. During one of his monologues, he casually reintroduced the nickname Taco to his audience, explaining how Wall Street analysts coined it and why it stuck. But what made it click wasn't just the explanation, it was Kimmel's knack for turning confusion into comedy. He didn't just throw the name out there and hope for laughs. Instead, he leaned into Trump's own insecurities and made the entire concept of Taco Man the punchline. By the time Kimmel delivered his initial jokes, it was clear he wasn't just making fun of the nickname. He was setting the stage for something much bigger. One of the most satisfying parts of this unfolding comedy arc was watching Kimmel take what started as Wall Street jargon and turn it into something anyone could laugh about. This was no longer an inside joke for economists and market junkies. Thanks to Kimmel, Taco Man had an identity, and by tying it back to all the over-the-top ways Trump inflates his image, Kimmel had planted the seed for something wildly entertaining. He wasn't done yet though. This was just the warm-up lap. What happened next was the moment Kimmel really took Taco Man mainstream, but not before giving viewers some time to let the absurdity sink in. By doing so, Kimmel ensured people weren't just remembering the insult, they were owning it, repeating it, and laughing at it in ways Trump could never control. But how does a late-night host take a niche jab and make it unforgettable? Stay tuned, because Kimmel wasn't content with cracking a few jokes. He turned it into a full-blown anthem, and trust me, it's something you're gonna want stuck in your head. Turning a Wall Street insult into a full-blown anthem? That's the kind of comedic wizardry Jimmy Kimmel pulled off with Taco Man, and the results were hysterical. He didn't just repeat the nickname for a few chuckles. He turned it into a parody so catchy you could practically hear it echoing across Twitter timelines before the show even ended. The setup? A remix of the Village People's iconic hit Macho Man. The punchline? Everything about it. Lyrics, visuals, and the absurdity of imagining Trump strutting around as Taco Man. Kimmel introduced the bit with his usual sly grin, teasing the audience that the Taco nickname deserved a proper tribute. Then the lights dimmed, music blared, and suddenly, there it was. Taco Man. A chorus broke out, backed by people decked out in cheesy costumes, taco hats, and sparkly jackets. You could tell just from the first verse that this wasn't going to be subtle. The lyrics cut right into Trump's fragile ego, poking fun at everything from his bragged about trade policies to his trademark bravado. He's the Taco Man. The parody version began, wants a trade war, but says never mind. It was brutal, but it was delivered with that playful edge everybody tunes into Kimmel for. The visuals somehow made it even better, alongside the singers performing choreographed dance moves that mirrored the original Village People video. The screen flashed with exaggerated images of Trump. There were cartoon tacos wearing ties, a giant cheeseburger with Trump's ever-familiar pout photoshopped onto it, and at one point, a slow-motion animation of a taco wall crumbling to the ground. It wasn't high art, but that was the genius of it. Kimmel wasn't aiming for subtlety. He aimed straight at Trump's inflated self-image and popped it right on primetime television. What made the song land so hard wasn't just the over-the-top goofiness, it was how perfectly targeted it was. Kimmel seized on the idea that Trump, for all his bluster, often backs off when his bold promises get messy. It wasn't just a silly nickname anymore, it represented a pattern, handed to Kimmel by Trump himself. Kimmel didn't need to spell out the specifics of failed tariffs or hollow trade deals. Instead, he let the parody do the work. The crowd laughed at Trump's songified insecurities, as though the melody was pulling open the curtain to reveal a guy who wasn't nearly as untouchable as he liked to pretend. One of the best parts? The chant at the chorus. "He's the taco man," had the kind of instant earworm potential that late-night comedy thrives on. The playfulness of it, paired with Trump's overly serious public persona, hit that comedic sweet spot. And it wasn't just the audience in the studio rolling. By the following morning, Taco Man was viral. Clips flooded TikTok and Twitter with captions like, "This is stuck in my head," "Help," and "Kimmel's out here making Trump relatable to tacos." Fans even started posting their own parodies of the parody. The song's success didn't stop with online memes. Major headlines picked it up, treating Taco Man almost like a cultural event. But why did it blow up so quickly? Kimmel blended two key ingredients: sharp humor and cultural familiarity. The original song by the Village People has that instantly recognizable beat, so even if someone didn't follow the backstory of the Wall Street nickname, they could still laugh at the absurdity of Trump being called Taco Man to the tune of Macho Man. Kimmel didn't just roll out a single jab, he layered it with satire and made sure it resonated beyond late-night TV. What really elevated this bit, though, was how it echoed broader public sentiment about Trump. While taco was a niche jab, Kimmel cracked it open and tied it to everything people already mock about Trump: his endless self-promotion, his fragile ego, and his strange ability to turn any criticism into a spectacle. It wasn't just clever wordplay, it felt like catharsis for anyone tired of Trump's theatrics. And the fact that Trump unintentionally helped create this joke, that just made it better. By the time the dust settled, the Taco Man parody was more than just a funny late-night segment. It was a cultural moment. Kimmel had taken an acronym no one outside of Wall Street would have cared about and transformed it into a shareable, singable, downright ridiculous critique that everybody could enjoy. Whether you loved or hated Trump, you weren't escaping that chorus. Ultimately, Taco Man highlighted Kimmel's unique ability to amplify small, awkward truths about Trump and blow them up into headlines. But more than that, it showed once again how Trump's impulsive need to respond to every slight only makes the jokes hit harder. And let's be honest, Kimmel must have had the time of his life watching Trump squirm over this one. So what's next? If Taco Man can become a late-night legend, one can only imagine what the next viral takedown will look like. Kimmel's Taco Man bit wasn't just hilarious, it was a masterclass in exposing how Trump's thirst for attention backfires spectacularly. By blowing up over a silly nickname, Trump turned a niche insult into nationwide entertainment, and Kimmel ran with it. Late-night comedy isn't just jokes, it's a sharp reflection of the absurdity that surrounds modern politics. Kimmel proved that satire doesn't just poke fun, it holds power accountable in ways outrage can't. But here's the real question: if Taco Man can stick, what's the next nickname to send Trump spiraling? Whatever it is, you know Kimmel will be ready to pounce.